We are nomming on some nori. This is sushi wrap. Seaweed. My iridologist suggested I need some more iodine and magnesium in my diet. So I've been doing the kelp. We've been doing kelp, and I'll post more on that. But I do have a recipe that's actually, it's not bad. And I'll probably post the how-to in the school. And I'll post a review here. I'm also working on a vegetable juice document. This is a, well, kind of a revolutionary document because it's like everything about vegetable juicing that isn't just from homogenous. It's from like other people he studied, people more recent, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff in there. There are some recipes, and they're okay, but I have, it's really more just informational to guide you for your own recipes, and information on different vegetables and things, and not too much fruit. That might be a separate document. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The more I've been thinking about it, the best way to put that out, I think, would be on a school. So I'll have that there. And yeah, or something like that. And other goodies and perks which you can't get anywhere else. You won't be able to get anywhere else. There'll be tiers. So the first people in, obviously, they're going to get the best bargain for the time being, but the price is going to go up over time as more stuff gets added. Probably capping out at $30 a month. So, yeah. This, if you just eat like a sliver, like a little bit, it's not so bad. It kind of melts in your mouth. There honestly really isn't that much. I mean, there's a good amount of iodine in here. But in terms of like what I need, what I was recommended to take, it needs to be like more than this. 10 of these sheets, it was a bigger sheet. It was like $5. So obviously the kelp is a good way to get that. And if you're taking stuff like this, which this is just an experiment, you know, homogenous seem to say that the benefits could outweigh the drawbacks of eating cooked seaweed vegetation because of the amount of minerals in them. So I'm eating this at the end of the day, and I still have milk to drink. So in 40 minutes or so, well, I don't know what time it is, an hour or so, I'll probably drink more milk and go to bed. So, you know, this is just a salad at the end of the day. I'm working on some things. Like I said, I'll probably put them on the school. It looks like to be the best way to move forward. I'll still post here, obviously. But some of the more meat is going to be on the school, I think. So, yeah, that's about all. I just wanted to throw this out there and see if anybody else was doing this, or the kelp. I haven't been doing like a lot of it. I'll make a video on it, specifically. I feel like maybe I'm sleeping a little bit better, but I don't know, because like I've been sleeping pretty good recently, all in all. I mean, my energy levels are fine. I don't really feel like I'm noticing anything yet. So I'm just kind of experimenting to see what I notice, because I was told this is what I was lacking. So I'm going to give it a shot. Mainly this is for like iodine and some other things. In terms of magnesium, beet greens in your juice, other leafy greens, and all that will be in the vegetable juice document I'm going to provide. And again, it's not just regurgitating what Ajahn has said. It's not just copying and pasting what's in the book and copying and pasting what's in the Q&As. This is some deep research that goes beyond Ajahn. So it's very helpful. I don't really think there's a lot of value in just these people just regurgitating what Ajahn said and plagiarizing his books and his works. And, you know, it's like, yeah, his information's out there, but it's like people just like filter it and condense it. And then they're like, oh, look at this. And it's like, yeah, dude, that's like, it's like, why do I want to hear it from you? And me personally, you know, yeah, I do some of that, but I try to bring you like a real experience in the truth, like what I'm experiencing, right? So like I've been making videos like on TikTok for almost 5 years now. So I've been documenting this for 5 years, and there really isn't anybody else who's been doing that. I've been doing the YouTube vlogs for 2-3 years now, and no one's really been doing that like I have. So I'm always just gonna give it to you raw and document what I do. You know, it's a science experiment, technically, as silly as that sounds. So, you know, this is part of that. And while this isn't like in the book or like very primal, technically, you know, like I said, Ajahn did a hint that eating this stuff could outweigh the cons of cooked vegetation. So we'll see how this makes me feel. I actually haven't had anything like this in years. I don't think I've had a salad in like 3-4 years, even. Like leafy greens and stuff. So we'll see. You know, I think it's important to keep an open mind, obviously. Stick to what you believe in. I mean, obviously this isn't for everybody. This or the diet isn't for everybody. And that's okay. I'm not going to sit up here and grandstand and chastise people for whatever. But, you know, I started doing this, and it's like, well, I'm in this deep. I might as well keep going, you know. So I appreciate, you know, 1,300 viewers. Wow, that's incredible. For just some, you know, so just some asshole with a cell phone camera, basically, you know, just talking. And thanks for watching. I've noticed the watch time ticking up, the activity ticking up. I think a lot of that has to do with the younger people discovering this way of eating. Some of them discovering my content. Many of them probably not vibing with it, because I think a lot of young people go to cells, unfortunately. So when I talk about vegetable juice, when I eat this kind of stuff, when I even put freaking tomatoes, you know, on my beef, people freak out and they like might tune me out. But some of them don't. And hey, whatever. But you know, like I said, I'm just bringing to you raw and unfiltered. I'm not editing this stuff. I'm just talking, you know, because a lot of people, they do these performative videos. They make these thumbnails. They do they do all this editing. They spend all this time editing to craft a product for you. And I'm not about that. I'm just, you know, I just let it roll. And that's, you know, it's really early YouTube style. Like, this is the kind of YouTube I grew up with. And you obviously didn't grow up with it because you grew up with PewDiePie and memes and reacts and stuff like that. But I didn't. So I'm bringing it back down to earth, and just giving it to you raw, because that's what I do, man. So I hope you're appreciating the videos. I appreciate the continued support, the watch time, the likes, the comments, and everything. Of course, I'm always going to do my best to answer comments in the videos, because that drives the algorithm, and that drives engagement, watch time, all that sort of thing. So, like, the least you can do to support this channel, if you want to, is just like and comment. Even if it's not a question, I appreciate it. I do see the real ones. And yeah, it's things are just looking up. And the conference is going to be here again before we know it. The largest raw meat conference. I don't want to say the largest raw food, because there might be bigger raw vegan spaces out there I don't know of, but this is definitely the largest raw meat conference in the world, guys. And it is incredible. Next year is going to be even better, even if we don't execute on our grand vision. Which, if we execute on our grand vision, it'll be something spectacular, like you've never seen before, and you're gonna want to be there, and you're gonna want to be part of that, because it's gonna be an incredible week for you. So very excited and grateful for, again, all the support, on the channel, off the channel. Like, people come to the conference, thank you. People who even just talk about it and share good things, thank you. People who, watch this video again, thank you. And that's all I really have to say is thank you. Thanks for watching. And I'm interested in reading people's comments and experiences about this way eating, because there's people who have been doing this for 20 years, but there's still so much we don't know. Everybody's body is different. So especially the era that younger people have grown up in, it's significantly more polluted and toxic than people who grew up in the 60s and 70s. So I won't get into all that. I don't want to go on a tangent. This is already long enough. But I just wanted to bring those things up while I eat in my cooked seaweed salad, which was not bad. I give it a 7 out of 10, actually. I'm not complaining. It kind of reminds me of eating sushi, which I haven't done in a while, with the wraps. So, yeah, I think it's worth trying if you're trying to get some iodine in, because honestly, you're really not going to get that much iodine in unless you're eating a lot of clams, and clams are nasty, in my opinion. I think clams are nasty. I've tried. Even like scallops and oysters and liver and milk and cheese, it's not going to give you the iodine you need, actually, because a lot of primitive peoples, they got their iodine through sea vegetation. There's a lot of accounts you can read, Weston A. Price and some others about these. Even the Japanese, they have this stuff. They've had this stuff for ages, and they have it that way. And they're very healthy people. So, there might be something to it. So I'm going to try it out. Because where I am, like I said, not a lot of iodine-rich food. This is kind of like the kelp and this. I'm giving it a shot. So we're trying it out. And that's what I'm doing. And thank you. Thank you for 1,300 viewers. Here's to not like many, many more, but probably more. We'll see. So, good night.